All right, man, let's get right into it, man. First of all, happy Friday to all of you guys. I really do appreciate the efforts that you're showing online, you know what I mean, to do the best you can. I know it's hard out here, man, for everybody, man. I know we struggling with different subjects and everything like that. So I'm going to do the best I can to support you in whatever way you need to for the rest of the time that we have together, these 10 weeks, man. And, just know that I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. I miss all of y'all, man, and I care about y'all. Whoever's watching the video, great. If you're not, you know what I mean, it's all good. But I would prefer that you, take heed to some of the options that I'm giving you so that you can be your very absolute best. All right. So anyway, we're thinking about exponents and distributive property. We're still on that a little bit. Next week, we're going to jump into some, order of operations. There we go. My brain is losing me right now. But order of operations, man, we're going to be checking that out. And we just want to continue to roll this thing out until we, finish. So let's take a look at the question. It says, rewrite the exponent as a multiplication problem. So remember, we kind of did this before we left school, right? So we just going to write it out. And then I want you to check all the ones that apply. So when we think about what we're doing here, like we're looking at the numbers, right? So it's like A says, sorry about that, man, 6 to the third power or 6 cubed. Remember, anything to the third power is also cubed. And so all we're going to do is write it out, right? It says write it as a multiplication problem. So we're just going to say number 1. And then A is going to be 6 times 6 times 6, right? So we're going to look for that one. And it looks like, that's the third one down. So we check that one. Boom. We got that one squared away. All right. Letter B. Letter B, 9 to the third power or 9 cubed. It's going to be 9 times 9 times 9. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like right here, it says write it as a multiplication problem. That's it. That's all it is to it. All right. Letter C. Right. And that's going to be 5 to the 6th power. So we should have 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it should be that. Okay, so remember, third power is also cubed, right? So if we see that, then we have to be mindful of that. Or second power is also squared. All right, good job. Number 2. Number 2, let's go with it real quick. Scroll down. It says rewrite the multiplication problem as an exponent. So now we're just going what we did here, and we're going to do it right here. We're just going to reverse it, right? So we're going to take and reread it like this will be 6 to the third. So now we're going to have the multiplication problem. So we have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. What's that, 5? Yep, times 4. Right, and now what we're going to do is do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to call it 4 to the 5th power. 4 to the 5th power, okay? And so we see that 4 to the 5th power, all right? That's there, right? So letter B is 3 to the 2nd power, so we have 3 times 3. That's going to be 3 to the 2nd power, or what else? What else could it be? Right, 3 squared. Okay, 3 squared. They are both the same. All right, and letter C. Let's do letter C, and letter C is 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to write it 7 to the 4th power. Right, that's it. So now we just check all the ones that we see that are like what we wrote on our paper, and we good. All right. So let's scroll down to number 3. Sorry, I'm getting a text message from Mr. Rockwell as I'm doing this right now. He's texting me, so that's why I keep like pausing. But all right, anyway, number 3, it says find the total amount of the exponent. You may use a calculator if you feel you need to, right? So if you need a calculator, great. But we're just going to do find the exponent. So we're going to do the multiplication. So it says letter A says 8 cubed. So we know that that's going to be 8 times 8 times 8, right? Sorry, I'm left-handed. I'm covering the screen. Anyway, 8 times 8 is 64 times 8 is what? 512. Okay? 512. Very good. So we see that. Letter B, Letter B tells us that we have 9 to the third power, right? So that's 9 times 9 times 9, right? So we have 81 times 9, and that's going to be 729, 729, okay? All right, letter C. Letter C says 4 squared, 4 squared, right? 4 squared, yep, okay. And then we do 4 times 4, and that is 16, okay? That's easy enough, right? And then letter D. Letter D is 2 to the power of 5, or 2 to the 5th power, or 2 times, oops, sorry guys, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, okay? And then we do, that's going to be 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. All right? So it's just like we would do when we were doing our order of operations, right? Right there, and then bring that down, and then right there, and then bring this down, and then right here, and then bring that down, and then we're done. Okay? All right, moving right along, you guys. Moving right along. Number 4, it says evaluate the exponent. Evaluate the exponent, negative 10 to the power of 3. So number 4 is negative 10 to the power of 3. Okay? So remember, when it's in parentheses like this, we just do it like this. Negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10. Okay? Got to keep it in that parentheses, right? Because that lets us know what we need to do. If it was outside of the parentheses, then we will keep the negative with it, no matter how many times we have raised to the power, all right? So here again, we do negative times a negative is a what? Right, positive, very good. And so that's going to be 100 times negative 10, okay? And negative times a positive is always a negative, so that's going to be negative 1,000, okay? Negative 1,000. So remember, when it's in parentheses like this, right? When it's in parentheses like that, it doesn't matter if it's positive numbers, then it's going to be positive. But if it's negative numbers, it's going to be negative. Okay? Good job. All right, number 5. Number 5. Evaluate the exponent, 5 to the 5th power. Okay? So we're going to write out 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. So now we have 25 times 5 is 125 times 5 is 625 times 5 is 3125. Okay? So 5 to the 5th power is 3125. Oh, I'm not giving you guys the letters, huh? My bad. Okay, my bad. Well, you know which ones they are. All right. So number 6. Number 6. Let me get a fresh sheet of paper here, guys. Number 6. All right. Number 6. Using the distributive property. Distributive property. We learned a lot about that this week. So hopefully you guys should know what to do. So I'm just gonna. You can figure it out if you haven't. So 7x plus 9, right? So we're going to do 7x plus 9, right? Remember, this times that times that. Keep the symbol. So that's going to be 7x plus 63. 7x plus 63, okay? Number 7. Which property is illustrated by the following equation? Right? And so since we're talking about distributive property, it can't be any of those other ones. But we think about distributive property, it says 8x times, or 8x plus 3 plus 6. 8x times 3 plus 6, sorry. And so you see it equals 8 times 3 plus 8 times 6. That is the distributive property. Okay, so the 8 is being distributed. So that is the distributive property. All right, so that's for number 7. Number 8, here we go. Number 8. All right, so again, distributive property, we should just automatically know that. That should be 6x plus 24, right? You guys know that. Perfect. All right, and so here is one from last week that we should have down about the cube. A cube has side lengths of 12 centimeters, right? What is the surface area? So remember, surface area, you should hopefully know this by heart by now. Surface area equals 6 times, right? And then we're going to do 12 times 12. Okay, so basically we have 144 times 6, okay, because we're finding surface area, right? And 6 times 4 is very good, 24. 6 times 4 plus 2 is 26. And then 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8. 64. Okay, let me double check my math here. Sorry about that, guys. You guys probably, you know Mr. B makes mistakes plenty of times. 12 times 12 is 144. 144 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24, 25, 26, 6, 2. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2, 7, 8, 864. All right, so I have to make sure that that answer is fixed for you guys. I made a mistake on that. So 864 should be the proper answer for that. All right, and the last one, number 10, and then we have the extension 1, 2. What is the quotient between 7,829 and 8? So we're dividing. Remember, when we divide in middle school, there's no remainders, so we have to do the extension part. And so we have 7 divided by 8, right? And then that's going to fit into that. That's going to fit into that, right? 9 times for 72. 6, bring down, bring down our 2. 8 fits into 62. 7 times 8 is 56. And then we subtract. That's going to be 6. Bring down our 9. Now 8 fits into 9. 8 times for 72. Now we're done, so we have to put a decimal point there, right? And then we subtract. I'm sorry, 8 times for 64. See that? You guys are probably like, Mr. B, right? And so that's going to be 5. 8 into 50 for 6. 6 times 8 is 48. 2. 0, 16. That's going to be 2. 4, bring down to 0. Remember how we would do that. And then that's going to be 5. And then we're done. And that's our final answer right there. And that's letter D. All right, so now what do we have to do here? The extension problem. This is a PEMDAS, and that's what we're going to be focusing on next week. So this is the extension. So we have bracket and then parentheses 16 minus 4 plus parentheses 12 divided by 2. You know that little slash means division. Okay, and then we have plus, I'm running out of room, crap. 5 cubed, which is 5 to the third, times 2 plus 3 cubed. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's do this first. In parentheses, we have 12 minus 4. That's going to, or 16 minus 4, that's going to be 12. Plus 2 divided by 12, or 12 divided by 2 is going to be 6. Plus 5 to the third, we know that 5 to the third is 125 times 2 plus 3 to the third, 3, 9, 27. Okay, and now we have 18 plus 125 times 2 plus 27. And remember, as I read from left to right, so I'm going to do the 125 times 2 first. 125 times 2 is going to be 250, right? 250. Oops. And then 250 plus 27 plus 18. And then now I can do any one of those that I want first, whichever is easier for you. So 250 plus 27 is going to be 277 plus 18. And then 18 there is going to be 51789 295. All right, you see 295. There we go. All right, y'all. Trying to be quicker on these videos, but nonetheless, man, thank you so much for your hard work, your dedication. Myrtle Jean says hi. Look out for her video later on. And yeah, man, we'll be back at it next week. All right, man. I love y'all. All right, be good. Peace.